one day during lunch.
It's a pity you didn't graduate from university.
The highly educated, pushy mom looked down on me, who has no academic degree. The other moms cover their mouths with their hands, nodding sympathetically with pitiful looks in their eyes. I didn't know what expression to wear, so I just stayed silent.
We have to make sure our kids don't end up like this.
In the next moment she uttered those words, my true self, which she had been looking down on, became evident.
Don't you know? My mom.
After sending off my son to morning practice for his club activities, my day as Samantha White begins.
Good morning. Has Mike already left? That's early.
My husband appeared at almost the exact moment my son left. He sat down at the table with a big yawn, holding a newspaper in one hand. I know, right? I thought it wouldn't last, but it's surprising that he stuck with it for 3 years.
Definitely. I feel like he's grown a bit tougher.
I answer as I arrange breakfast in front of my husband, who is talking while spreading the newspaper. I feel like his back has broadened. I wonder if he's eager to grow up quickly.
Middle schoolers are still kids.
He puts the newspaper aside, and I take a seat across from him. Well, you know, he says he wants to get a job. My husband, holding a fork, pauses in surprise.
Really? Isn't he quite high-ranking in his grades?
Yeah, he is. So the teacher is suggesting he go to high school. I couldn't help but think that I should have had more options when I became an adult. Having graduated from a good school opens up a wider range of job opportunities. That's why I wanted to provide an environment where my son would pursue what he wanted to do. With encouragement from us as parents, we decided to have our son take the entrance exam and enroll him in his current middle school. But I have absolutely no intention of pushing him towards attending high school. I didn't want to limit my son's life in any way.
Well, I think he should just go on to high school.
Well, maybe he has something he wants to do too.
Yeah, that's right. He still has time until graduation, so let's see how things go.
Both my husband and I were in agreement that we just didn't want our son to have any regrets. I'm really grateful that my husband shares this mindset. I was recalling the conversation I had with my mom friends yesterday.
Hey, which high school is Emma's son aiming for?
Well, considering his current academic level, I think a high school would be a safe bet.
A high school. As expected of Emma. I wanted my child to be a diligent student too, but I wonder what went wrong. At least I want him to get in to be high school.
But B high school is perfectly fine too. My child says he doesn't mind which high school he attends. It seems he reluctantly chose a high school because the teachers recommended it.
At a high school, over 80% of graduates go on to attend top-tier universities. Because of this, it's incredibly popular nationwide, attracting students from all over the country, and the competition ratio and deviation score are quite high.
I envy you even more now. I'd love to hear more about your educational approach, Emma.
Well, I suppose I should at least have my child attend my alma mater.
Emma, you graduated from that famous university, didn't you?
Yes, but it's nothing special, really.
You can really feel the difference in upbringing, can't you? Today, you're wearing such lovely clothes and that bag. Is that Hermes?
Yes, it is. They notified me about their new collection the other day, so I couldn't resist.
Is that watch from there too?
Yes, it is. The salesperson recommended it to match the bag, so I bought it.
This is who they mean by having received a proper education. I'm truly envious.
Emma Williams is the one who is being admired by the other mom friends. It seems she graduated from a famous university, and her husband works for a large company. Although nobody knows where exactly her husband works, Emma always dresses in expensive designer clothes.
By the way, how did Mike do in the test the other day?
After the parent-teacher meeting, I found myself inadvertently involved in a conversation with two others who were leaving around the same time. Suddenly, Emma asked me a question. Oh, same as usual? Since Mike got deeply involved in his club activities, he's become more diligent in his studies. Maybe he's discovered the enjoyment of sticking with something. Apparently, he leaves the house early in the morning to study before club practice. Thanks to this, he's been maintaining high grades in his tests.
I heard Mike did really well this time.
Did he?
His score was apparently right behind my child's. Samantha, how do you help him with his studies?
Oh, I'm not doing anything. He's just working hard on his own.
Don't say that. Which high school are you planning to send him to?
He says he wants to get a job instead of going to high school. The other mom friend raised her voice when she heard that.
What? Of course, you're going to stop him, right? With such good grades, it would be a waste.
Well, it's his own decision, so.
Samantha. You have to make decisions for him as a parent. It's the children who will struggle in the future. If the parents don't bother, it'll end in disaster.
That's right. You should learn proper education at Emma's study group.
No,
Emma, when will the next study group be?
Ignoring my attempt to decline, the conversation between the mom friend and Emma continued.
Let's see, how about next Saturday?
After hearing Emma's response, the mom friend sent me a glance. That day.
Samantha, you always seem to be so busy. You never come whenever we invite you.
Emma is making time for you. So Samantha, why don't you come sometimes?
It's okay if it's too much trouble. Unlike us, Samantha is working, after all.
But, Emma.
Emma indirectly looked down on me. I'm not comfortable with this kind of one-upmanship or talking about children as if they're possessions. That's why I've always declined these so-called study group lunch meetings. Emma's son is always among the top 5 in his grade, a real genius. As a mother who raised such a child, she attracts other moms who are eager to hear her educational philosophy, which is why they call these lunch gatherings study groups. Honestly, I do think it would be better for him to at least finish high school. However, that decision should be made by himself, not by us parents. All right. I'll adjust my schedule and join in. I reluctantly agreed with a sigh, and Emma seemed satisfied. I believe in my son. That's why I want to support the path he chooses and help him if he gets stuck. Our only wish, my husband's and mine, is simple. We want our son to lead a fulfilling life that he is happy with. When we decided on Mike's middle school entrance exam, my husband and I discussed it and agreed that this was the one thing we absolutely wanted to secure. When I first met the mom friends, I enjoyed the lunch gatherings where we could talk about our children. But as Emma became increasingly focused on academic backgrounds and upbringing, I started to feel uncomfortable and gradually distanced myself. While I believe education is important, I don't think it defines everything. Emma obviously judges people based on their academic backgrounds. She must also look down on me for being a high school graduate who works. But what she can't stand is that my son competes academically with her own son. Whenever she sees me, she makes a point to talk to me, trying to assert her superiority. Each time she does this, I grow more uncomfortable with Emma. Mike, I'm having lunch with Ray's mom and some others this Saturday. Would you like to join? Ray will be there too.
Oh, really? I have something to do, so I'll be late. Is that okay?
That's fine. Mike and Ray seem to be good friends, and it was through my son that I got to know Emma. I believe it's not right for parents to limit their children's friendships, so I maintain a relationship with Emma for Mike's sake. Saturday. The designated restaurant was a typical upscale place with sparkling chandeliers. Emma, dressed in luxurious attire, blended right in.
Oh, Samantha. You finally made it.
As she spoke, her eyes scanned me from head to toe, as if evaluating me. Seeing Emma exchange meaningful glances with the other mom friends made me feel self-conscious, wishing I had worn something nicer. There were 2 round tables prepared, with mothers and children sitting separately. I sat down next to Emma as she had invited me, and the lunch courses were served one by one.
By the way, Samantha, you mentioned something about your educational background. Which university did you graduate from?
I didn't go to university. I graduated from a commercial high school and started working right away.
Oh, I see. That happens when families don't have much money. How unfortunate.
The other moms cover their mouths with their hands, nodding sympathetically with pitiful looks in their eyes. Don't pity me without knowing anything. I didn't know what expression to wear, so I just stayed silent.
We have to make sure our kids don't end up like this.
I felt like I was watching a TV shopping channel as I watched Emma continue pressing on me.
Children can't make decisions for themselves yet. Look, see? Like those who can't even keep to time.
Looking at the children's table, I noticed that only Mike's seat was empty.
It's the parents' responsibility if their children turn out like that. It's okay, Samantha. Even without a degree, it's never too late.
That's right. That's right. We'll support you too, Samantha.
I deeply regretted coming to this gathering against my better judgment.
Samantha, you might not know, but Ray attends the Holmes Summer School, which is a famous institution. Right, Emma?
That's right. Holmes Summer School is a fantastic place. The teachers are top-notch, and many of the students who attend are from prestigious backgrounds. After all, you have to choose your child's friends wisely, don't you?
The moms nodded to Emma in agreement.
I visited the school last month, and it was truly wonderful. Samantha, you should consider.
Sorry, I'm late.
Interrupting Emma's voice, Mike appeared. Mike, you're late.
Yeah. But hey, were you just talking about Holmes Summer School?
Mike's question caught Emma's attention.
Do you know about it, Mike?
What do you mean? Know about it? It's my mom's summer school.
There was a moment of stunned silence in the room.
Ha! Sorry, did I say something wrong?
Well. We whispered to each other while glancing around at everyone's faces.
What do you mean? Your mom runs a summer school.
Yes. She runs the summer school. Ray goes there too.
Samantha, you're a business owner.
I wouldn't call myself a business owner.
Mom, why are you being so modest? You're a great businesswoman. I'm proud of you, so be proud of yourself.
Encouraged by his words, I explained to the mom friends. Home Summer School was originally started by an acquaintance as a small private school. However, it wasn't doing well, so they asked for my help as someone who can handle numbers. I started with financial support and, as I had studied a bit about running a business in high school, I gradually took on more responsibilities. Before I knew it, I became the head of the school. It's not just me. The teachers and staff members are the ones who really take care of the students, provide appropriate support, and create a good atmosphere. Thanks to that, word of mouth spread, and more students joined. I just think I'm lending my name. As I talked about this, the mom friends who usually directed envious glances at Emma were now looking at me with admiration. Just then, my phone rang, so I excused myself and left the table. When I returned after finishing the call, I found Emma picking a fight with Mike.
Your mom being the owner of Home Summer School is just a lie, right? Show me some proof.
Even if you ask for proof. Why don't you just call the school and check?
You can easily coordinate something like that.
Realizing her own position was now in jeopardy, Emma lashed out at Mike, driven by her emotions. Her words became increasingly nonsensical, and the other mom friends looked at her with pity.
Mom, please stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Before I could intervene, a boy wearing the same uniform as Mike stepped in to separate Emma and Mike.
Shut up. You should stay out of this.
It's you who needs to shut up, Mom. You're embarrassing. Don't show my friends your ugly side. Mike, I'm sorry. My mom's saying crazy things.
No, I'm sorry. I must have said something to upset her.
I was moved to tears as I realized how much this child had grown to be able to say such things. Despite Emma's one-sided outburst, he could still apologize. And having such a wonderful friend like Ray made me proud. I'm sorry things got out of hand for both of you. If I had explained about the summer school from the beginning, this wouldn't have happened. Ray, thank you for standing up for Mike. With that said, I paid for two and left the place. Mike, you've grown up. I was really surprised.
Really? I didn't expect Ray's mom to be like that.
Mike stretched as he looked at the blue and orange gradient of the dusk sky. So, you're proud of me, Mike? I peered into his face with a slightly mischievous smile.
Stop looking at me like that. You're annoying.
I chased after Mike, who was embarrassed, and ran away. Hey, Mike, what do you want to do after graduation? Walking beside him, I waited for his response while looking at the beautiful sky.
I want to expand that summer school.
Huh? Is that what you want to do, Mike?
Yeah, that's right. I started enjoying studying and was able to push myself in club activities all because of the friends I made there. I want more people to know about it.
Even though we're together every day, You never know these things until you ask.
Everyone says that school feels so comfortable because of Mom. So, I want to be the kind of person who receives such compliments.
The face of my son, illuminated by the setting sun as we walked together, suddenly blurred. I'm glad I attended the lunch gathering today. I felt the growth of my child and had conversations I wouldn't normally have. I think I'll never forget today. And since then, Emma, who used to belittle me every time she saw me, has gone. Instead,
Hey, Samantha. Would you consider hosting a study session for us next time? We can use the home summer school as the venue. I'm sure there are plenty of people who would love to hear you speak.
no, I'm not doing that kind of thing. She started to flatter me and talk to me in a silky voice. Thanks to her, I got the chance to hear my son's true feelings, so I'm not just ignoring her. Since he also expressed an interest in business, I've been gradually involving him in helping out with the school since then. Seeing him buying books and doing various research online, I can tell he's genuinely taking this seriously in his own way. When I talk to my husband about our son, he may joke about his fatherly dignity, but deep down, he seems genuinely pleased with our son's growth. I believe we will continue to spend precious time together like this, caring for each other and cherishing every moment.